Oh, I wish you guys could smell these beautiful flowers on these ornamental crabapple trees that are growing in the backyard. They're so sweet. They're so awesome right now. I just needed a couple minutes of your time as an introduction to the June readings for all signs. It's my pleasure to bring them to you once again. I hope you enjoy them. But I had to throw in a little just disclaimer saying that, yeah, the readings are for entertainment purposes only. If you have situations, maybe you need to go see a doctor of some fashion, this is not to be taken as medical advice. This is to be used for entertainment purposes. So as the channel description says, be enlightened, be entertained, but most of all, be yourself. If you are needing a little bit of extra helping hand, please go and seek professional assistance from somebody that can get you to a place where you're feeling good and strong and as beautiful as these crabapple trees are. Okay, thanks guys. Enjoy your readings.
Hello Aquarius, thanks for joining me back at this little YouTube channel for this your June 2017 reading. How are you guys doing as we've made our way all the way to June this year? Yes, it's exciting times. I think a lot of you are out enjoying the smells of summer, the nicer weather. Hopefully wherever you're at, wherever you're viewing this from, you have a sense of, you know, just a general nice calm environment in terms of the weather. I don't know why that message came up for Aquarius, but I'm just glad you're here and tuning in to check out your June general readings. Okay, Aquarius, thanks again for all the likes, shares, and subscribes. You know I wouldn't be doing these readings without you, just so long as I know somebody's there. And thank you so much for your comments. The comments are really what make it for me. They're the reason why I do it, for sure. Okay, I think Tarot's ready to go. It's eager to speak to you guys, Aquarius. No flippers or poppers for you this go around. So I wonder what the energy, what the healing and general messages are for you guys. Whether Aquarius is your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign. Maybe you're checking this out for an Aquarius that you care deeply about, some cross-watching going on. That's all good. Just set your intention for this reading and we'll look at the energy at the bottom of the deck. Is Seven of Wands. Okay, good. This is good forward-moving energy, Seven of Wands. It is standoffish, but there's nothing with Seven of Wands to say that you are not moving forward at this time. I just feel that you're kind of like no stone left unturned. You're moving through situations, potentially some social circles about you that are changing around you. And there are certain people that are kind of vying for your time, but you are kind of steadfast in working through whatever it is you're wanting to accomplish. And you may be telling certain people that you don't have time to indulge in certain things that you maybe had been accustomed to a little earlier this year. I feel that with some changing weather for some of you, some changing ambitions as well. I see this being a very creative time for Aquarius. And I just see you guys not taking any shit from anybody. And to make sure that anyone that is interacting with you, knowing that whatever it is that you will have, I guess I see this as a creative control over that, you know, you're unwavering on certain things about what you're doing. So other people may be coming to give you advice, but the feeling is that you're being very discerning. You're being very careful who you are letting in and out of your social group at this time. So Seven of Wands, I feel something may have occurred in May for some Aquariuses that now they are kind of like on their guard, or they've changed certain behaviors within themselves to get back to a place where they once felt comfortable. Okay, so maybe dabbling outside of the comfort bubble for some Aquariuses in May has led back now to more of a like, I'm going to, you know, stay firmly rooted in whatever I've got going on and not get too sidetracked. Okay. And speaking of not getting sidetracked, we've got the Fool reserve reversed up in your grounding card. So there may be a risk here, Aquarius, in terms of your time, your money, your finances, and what you're doing in regards to your schedule. This card, unfortunately, in this position shows like some of you could be running late for certain things here in June. Like I'm talking about like late for meetings, late to work. Somebody's sort of maybe questioning, you know, where you've been or have you forgotten about me? This kind of commitment. So maybe you have been a little bit wrapped up in what you're doing and a little bit busy being your resilient self in terms of accomplishing things, getting things done. that you may be at risk of like running behind or shirking on other responsibilities throughout the week, okay? The Fool as well is also saying like diet and exercise routine might be a little bit out of whack. Some of you might have broken regiments or routines where you were like kind of dieting really well, working out, physically active, and now maybe you're just kind of a little bit more indulging at this particular time. I'm just going to ask for a couple clarifiers for the Fool card. That's a big energy. It's a big one to see there. Card number 0 up in the grounding spot, and it is reversed. So there's some caution, a tale of caution to be exercised there in your daily life. So hopefully it's nothing too major for you guys. Hopefully it's just something where it's like maybe you guys can get to bed a little bit earlier at night and you won't be facing that if you feel like that's an issue for sure. Okay, there's those clarifiers. See what's going on here. Two of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so yeah, some of you just definitely have a lot going on here, and it's going to be very difficult for you to make everybody happy all the time. The situation is that you may want to slow the energies down. You may want to slow your own clock down. And by what I mean by that is making sure you're taking the time to allot yourself enough time for meals, allot yourself enough decompression time, as they call it, after a long day of work and then maybe a hard evening of socializing or working on your projects or whatever that may be. As well, this is going to be a time, Aquarius, where you're going to have to watch what kind of promises, what kind of commitments you're agreeing to or that you're setting in this time, because the Fool upside down is saying you may not be able to make those. The juggling act can only go on for so long, right? If you can slow the energy down and like get the day planner out, maybe Aquarius, you may be successful at it, but there is some risk of like scheduling too much and then not being able to come through on it. So for some of you, I feel that just has a very strong general cautionary thing going on. 10 of Swords reversed here. Okay, so there is been a little bit of a delay in getting over something. I feel like some Aquarians might have went through certain like breakups or certain distancing of like close friends in May, and it kind of maybe have you shook up a little bit, or maybe have you thinking about, you know, am I doing the right thing by walking away from this? Could I have handled things a little bit different? I want to make sure that none of you are really feeling too much guilt or remorse over actions taken, perhaps that have already taken or you're considering taking, Aquarius, because when you're seeing this reading, hopefully is the right time for you. We've got pegged for early June, but the cards are actually coming out here in late May. So whenever you're seeing this is the right time for you. And this card to me speaks of a delay of getting over some sort of hardship, some sort of like anxiety or something that was dogging you, so to speak. I say it was dogging you, and that's kind of means it's sort of nipping at your heels. It's not allowing you to feel free, to feel liberated, so to speak. You may be doing something or engaged in something or with other people, but your mind is somewhere else. It's almost like you could be chowing down on something really amazing and tasty, but you know, you're completely thinking of something that happened last week, and you're not even really kind of enjoying your dinner, sort of thing, right? That's what this 10 of Swords energy flipped upside down is saying, is that there's really no focus. And there is kind of this being in this situation, you may be feeling like you're separating yourself from someone who has like almost created like a mini dependency on you almost, or is just so strongly attracted to your energy, and you may have had to like push that person away. You may have had to tell them like, you know, look, we're friends and everything. I can't hang out with you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Like I got other things going on. And then that person might got a little butthurt, and then you might have had to explain yourself, things of that nature, why that card is up there. And as well, too many things on the go. Did we say it once or twice? You know, a few things? Because this is like in your passions, your creativity, right? Maybe you're struggling to like get things wrapped up to a timetable that you set for yourself or potentially for other people, and it's not allowing you to be as creative as you want for whatever it is that you're doing. That was just a message I feel that some of you guys needed to hear. I'm going to move these cards over a little bit more. Let's just get everything centered here. All right, moving up. 3 of Swords reversed. Okay, so we just mentioned it, and for this to show up right here in this chakra is definitely goes hand in hand for Aquarians that have recently gone through a breakup or gone through a distancing in a relationship. These cards are telling me that this has already happened. So If you are together with someone, or if you're uncertain about someone, excuse me, reach out and talk to that person. These are kind of energies that are needing to happen. This is kind of like mini inner healing works. And when I say mini, it's like M-I-N-I, like mini, like they're little. Little forgiveness techniques for self, little affirmations that are going to help these kind of healing processes along their way. We would kind of like to see this one up a little more, that would say like you're going to be feeling liberated a lot sooner. This is saying that it might take a little bit, but this is directly a result of some other people in your life, which is why I'm kind of drawn back to that feeling or that sensation of people coming and going, social circles changing, because this is up in your gut instinct here now, right? So some of you might have become a little bit paranoid over friends or people in your life that, you know, maybe you haven't connected with very deeply, but they're kind of close to you, but maybe you don't know a lot about them. That kind of energy. You may be feeling that there's certain issues of trust that are coming up now. Maybe you've met a friend of a friend, and you know they've offered to house sit or walk your dog or something, and you're just like, I just don't know. Or this could be that neighbor thing where you've got that neighbor across on the fence, and there's always just like blah 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 blah, right? Oh, don't worry about it. Just lend me the keys to your house. I'll come in and water your plants. You go ahead, go. And you're just like, I just don't know about this, right? And as well, this could be like if you were somebody that was in a breakup type situation, there may have been some mutual friends that were forced to take sides going one way or the other, and that could have led to some really tricky energies and some tough conversations, I feel, that need to be had, okay? But this is a tricky reading so far here. We've got matters of the heart and the mind coming up here, and this is like interpersonal stuff. I'm not seeing it like more like directly relationship type stuff. These are the cards I held on to. I'm like the worst shuffler in the history of YouTube tarot card readers. I just like, maybe one day I'll just do readings where I throw the cards at the wall like you used to do with your old baseball cards and see which one's flipped up and which one's flipped down. Okay, so let me get these all upright. So thanks for being patient with me. All right, so yeah, again, we're seeing certain people cut out or certain divisions, certain things. There's that separation I'm seeing here with this card again. That's the purpose of that tool, is to separate, okay? Then we have these roses here with a card on it here. So this could be as well somebody asking for a bit of forgiveness. So some Aquarians may be on the verge of breakup, but or some transgression occurred. And there's some sorries, some thank yous, or somebody had some explaining to do, I feel, right? And as well, somebody may be having to let somebody down easily, or you just have, but maybe like that person you're wanting to retain your position in a social circle, or that person is wanting to remain friends with you so that they're not feeling so ostracized from like a group of friends that you have shared, okay? Because it's showing here that at one point somebody in this situation felt like the key to their heart, or they were feeling very liberated to be around you, or you were feeling very liberated to be around them, right? And I got that sense of like, who's not feeling super free here? But this card here is saying like, don't take it too seriously, especially like you can gauge it as a matter of time. If it was like a 6-month or a 2-month relationship and you're both like in your 30s or older, this is easily dealt with. This is easily communicated about. If you're a little bit younger, in your early 20s, you may be finding that these are the lessons of communication, and when relationships come to an end, and we're moving through time in a way so we can be set up to meet our soulmate. And not every person we knock boots with or we meet and think we've fallen in love with is eventually the one. But there's no reason we can't heal that energy over, okay, is what this card is saying. It's like when I said they were mini, like tiny little healing things that were going on. I feel that time is running a larger course, and you guys are just kind of doing what you can to like reach out to people that you know may have been hurt in a situation or a separation. Don't know why that's coming through, but we have to move on. Up in the Heart of Hearts, we've got number 1, the Magician. What a great card to see there. So this is resourcefulness. You guys are confident. Like, you can see the correctness. You can see the purpose, if you will, of whatever separation or breakup this, like, you guys aren't really feeling it, I don't think, on like that heart level. And if you are, you've discovered the healing energy behind all of it. how to take your power back, how to root yourself into a position where your level of self-care and like the longer life journey need not be affected by the actions of others, or how much in love we were at one point in time. People change, times change, especially in this age where technology changes so fast. Like, we can only do our best sometimes just to really keep up with everything and everybody else. And then, so, if people want to come and go out of our lives, there is that sort of passive ability that we have to say, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to watch them come and go. If somebody really like gets under my skin, or if somebody really inspires me, yeah, I'm going to take notice of it. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to engage with that person. But at the most part in time, it's like whatever level you are engaging with people in your life, again, I see you as kind of like the center of the merry-go-round. People coming in and out, but they're like kind of drawing from you. You're magnetic, and they're wanting to be around you. And sometimes if you have to like create some separation, it can lead to sometimes some mixed feelings. But it's good. This card is showing like up in your heart is not really feeling any remorse, any guilt, or any sadness about it. Because sometimes you're almost a great lesson teacher. You're good to let the people around you know the things that they need to hear in order to become better people. If they're acting too flagrant, if they're acting too arrogant, if they're acting too whatever it may be, you're kind of the one that says, hey, or you kind of maybe you make a little joke or something where they kind of clues them in, like maybe socially I am being inappropriate or something like that. And these kind of people, that like that's energy that will like magnetize them to you, because everyone, whether they believe it or not, has an innate desire within them to become the best version of themselves, to become a better person. And it's kind of like you give them little hints. You're throwing the breadcrumbs on the trail. Be like, you know what? You can do better. You can be better. Just be yourself. It's okay. You can work your way through it. And so it's kind of very careful of what level you're engaging with these people, because you can be like almost like a drug to them. They just like they want to be around you. They want to know what they want to be able to do the things that you do to the capacity that you do them. So that's maybe why we're seeing this down here, is I just kind of, maybe you guys are having a little bit of mixed feelings about your own sort of magnetism at present time. Could be the feeling with that, right? And if the opposite side of the coin is true, if you're standing in your power and you're struggling to kind of piece together the pieces of what happened during a separation, the message is don't get too wrapped up in that level of thinking. Don't get too wrapped up and let it take away from your daily experiences, because at the end of the day, it's just not worth it. What does worry add? Not another day to our life. It doesn't do anything. It can make us sick. It can make us unhealthy. So let's never worry. Let's just remember to live each day fully. And then that way, when we're being this magnet to people, and when we're eventually having to like try and turn that magnet off and push them away, we're doing so very cool and calm and collectedly, where people are going to kind of like, oh yeah, that's their flow. I can get with that. That person is so cool. That person just knows how to deal. They almost intuitively sensed how I was feeling, and and they'll pick up on that, right? So, and then that's good. So let's move on to communication. We've got 4 of Pentacles reversed here. Okay. So what's going on? A lot of spending going on as well. When this card shows up here, I feel like maybe some of these commitments that we're seeing in this Fool reversed here is a situation where maybe we've overspent a little bit. Maybe we've promised to allocate certain resources to at a future point in time with other people in our life, and now we're worried about making those commitments or making those ends meet. The 4 of Pentacles is you may need to express to somebody that you need more money. This could be a bank. This could be, a lending institution. This could be your parents. This could be a sibling. You may just need to be calling out to communicate to somebody like, hey, can you do me a solid? Lend me 50 bones till payday. Whatever it might be. I went a little over the top, or whatever it might be. The feeling I have here is that you guys have been dipping into the rainy day fund, and kind of heavily. And I think it's based on these projects. I think it's based on sort of chasing your dreams. So there's nothing wrong with that from time to time, as long as at the end of the day you guys know that you're going to be okay, or you have some sort of plan to say, all right, well, I'm going to be willing to eat a butt ton of craft dinner, for 4 or 5 days, as long as like whatever it was, if you bought that new car part or that new computer part or that new whatever it might have been, right? a big ticket purchase item. No, I'm not seeing people like blowing their budget on like cars and houses and stuff, but this is just kind of more like little things like that are enhancing your world that you're doing with the budget. All right, clarifiers here. Some of you are just out getting after it. This could be you guys going out for Memorial Day or May long weekend, holiday. You know, everybody wanting to get out of the city, go do a little camping, little hiking. You know, some of you as well. Now that you may have your vacations booked and you may be worried about, okay, do I have enough resources to carry out my vacations, or do we have to do a little bit more budgeting here for certain, right? Okay, but again, there's good backup cards in this saying. Like, you guys are very good at knowing that like these are just small hiccups. These aren't things that are like coming around. They're not huge disruptive energies for June. It's just you guys having to be sort of disciplined and very focused is the feeling I have, because there's like so much going on, wanting to take away, wanting to like grab, pull your energy, take it away. But you guys are like the running man. You're charging forward and you're like kind of stiff arming people left and right off to the side as you make your way down the field, right? Is that kind of feeling I got. You're refusing to go down, and there's all these things coming at you from the sides, and it's all across the map, Aquarius. It really is. So apply it to your situation. With the Magician here, I'm surprised like it wasn't strength that showed up with these cards I'm seeing now in your heart chakra, right? And the Magician is maybe just saying, like, if you're feeling not strong enough to do that, make sure that you're getting creative with ways that you can make sure that nothing's getting at you too significantly. Okay, moving on. Wow, third eye, pineal gland, you guys have Chariot reversed. So definitely let's slow down a little bit in June here. Let's realize, like, it goes back to what I said about enjoying your day fully, enjoying everything about you know, the sort of the waking hours of your life, whenever you have free time. Maybe if it's a money thing, maybe if it's a people thing, maybe you guys do need to spend just a little bit more time on your own in situations where it doesn't feel like the clock is flying off the wall. And what I mean by that, you know that old saying, time flies when you're having fun, right? That is so true. When we get down into the nitty gritty and we're doing what we love, say we go in and, you know, we're passionate about what we're doing for those 4 or 5 hours we have to ourselves, maybe we need to step back from that. Maybe we need to change things up so we can get into the gap a little bit more. Like I'm talking like if you normally say maybe hit the studio and do some painting or make some music or whatever it means. Instead of doing that, maybe what you're wanting to do is leave the Fitbit and the iPhone at home and go for a walk, like, you know, maybe just down around the block or over to somewhere, you know, out into nature and then back again, so you can get the sense that you're living sort of beyond the regimented 24 hours of the day sort of thing, is what I feel with this Chariot reverse, okay? So that's an interesting card to see there, because we had Knight of Pentacles up and we had this Fool energy reverse. So the feeling is like we're actually needing to stay in that sort of slow-moving energy that Taurus had for us to May. Now the Sun is into Gemini. The energy is still rather gentle, but you're going to be noticing things picking up. And that's what's coming in at you from the side, whether it be people or institutions or whatever it may be, starting to reach out, contact you, call you. Do you have time to meet? Can you come over here? You know, is next Thursday clear for you? We have something coming up that we need you to be there, right? And you're just like, oh my goodness, I needed to slow down, right? So day planner's out, guys. Let's clear our minds, get into the gap in the evening, and it should be okay, right? And for those of you following the plot line of this breakup, looking for any future news that may be coming here, the feeling that I have is that people on the other side of the coin, if you've had a little bit of discord or disharmony, it may be okay just to reach out, just to talk to them, just to find out how they're doing. And if they don't want anything to do with you, maybe it's also as well time to say, okay, well, let's not press the issue, but let's start doing some inner work as well, okay? For some of you, it could be very different. Now, we have Emperor reversed up in the crown chakra energy at the very top of the head. So when the Emperor shows up in a reading, he usually comes with a message of management, like, how well are you doing? And it's like goes back to everything that we're talking about. Are you for sure are that center of the merry-go-round? I feel that with this Emperor card. But with it reversed like this, it means it could be like almost to your detriment. You may be tired of the limelight. You may be tired of the spotlight. You almost like kind of wish you were at a bar other than Cheers, where nobody knows your name, kind of thing, right? You know, it's kind of like your reputation for some of you Aquarius is like it almost precedes you, and it's kind of say, well, so and so's going to be there, and everyone goes, really, so and so's going to be? Count me in. I'm going. I'm there, right? And whatever that may mean to you, it's like that you may be tired and just wanting to like get out of the limelight a little bit, and you may be finding that, you know, if you're having to cancel out or create some separation with other people just so that you can keep your calendar on track and your mind from flying off the deep end, you go ahead and do Aquarius and feel no remorse, feel no guilt about hanging up the tin cans with so and so, and by that I mean communication lines. Turn your smartphone off if you need to for a couple hours each night. People get the hint. It goes to voicemail, 3 times in a row, and then they reach you at the water cooler the next day. Oh, what the heck? I thought something happened to you. Your iPhone was turned off, and they're like, your iPhone is never turned off. And you may just say, well, you know what? I'm trying something new here. I had to turn the iPhone off for a little while. Okay. Or I shouldn't pick on iPhone, but any smartphone. Oh my God, that came fast. It came fast out of the deck, and the message is slow and steady. That's kind of interesting. And from Wisdom of Oracle, you have the card of serendipity here. So this is what I get. This is that magnetism, but this is slowing things down. This is almost like looking to escape it. And if you are having to embrace it and be the best version of yourself, make sure that people around you are aware of your boundaries. Yeah, I'm good at what I do. I was more than happy to show you. I'm more than happy to have you in these social times in my life. But look, you know what? Maybe I got 2 kids. Don't even bother calling our Saturday or Sunday because I'm busy doing other things. Or you know what? Just leave me a message, and I don't always get back to people. I can't always get back to you. I'm like, I just feel you guys are going to have to be explained to people in your life that you're very busy. So whatever that means to you, Aquarius, that's what these cards have come up and shown me. And don't lose heart, don't feel remorse, and don't feel guilty. Whatever that is coming at you, trying to drain or drag your energy away, you got to kind of high step over it, right? Stiff arm it away. This is almost like energy of like somebody not wanting to let go of you after a breakup or something like that, just kind of like begging you to stay, possibly, Aquarius. Or the flip side of the coin could also be true. But remember, everything in its place, one day at a time, slow and steady, and with a little serendipity, like you said, a little bit of magic thrown in on the side, you can get through this month and come out with shining colors, as long as you guys are making sure that you're putting yourself first in a matter that doesn't hurt anybody at the same time. Okay, Aquarius, hope you got something out of that. Know that I love you all, and we'll see you next time.